Hello everyone and welcome to day number 5 of our St. Valentine's Day Massacre pay-per-view. We have got for you the final women's qualifier match for the finals tonight, as well as the 6th men's qualifying, as well as an Intercontinental Championship match. And here we go in that opening match of the evening, another men's elimination chamber to qualify for the semi-finals of the King of the Deathmatch tournament. We have got from left to right, Axel Rotten, Bam Bam Terry Gordy, Bruiser Brody, Joe Gacy, Kasai, and Crash Holly. So let's get ourselves into the chamber, see who is starting this one off. Ooh, it is Bam Bam Terry Gordy and Joe Gacy, well, there's quite a lot of big men in this one. If you take into account Bruiser Brody as well, he's not a small geezer, is he? He's quite a large man, if you will. Kasai, watched him before in a few of the Combat Zone Wrestling King of the Deathmatch tournaments. He's a bit of a nutter. The Crazy Monkey, he's known as. Now, the one thing that's annoying me about this year's game, and I don't know if anyone else has tried to do this on the PlayStation or not, but we've got Bam Bam Terry Gordy here. His attire matches the Dr. Death Steve Williams attire that he was in a tag team with for a short period of time. The problem is the Dr. Death Steve Williams core is bugged, and every time I download it and try and use it, the game crashes. So I've really not had a chance to use any Dr. Death this year, so hopefully in the New Year's game we'll see a bit more of him. Let's see who's going to be the number third. The number third? It's going to be Crash Holly is the number 3rd person entered. That's how English works. Straight away Joe Gacy going after Crash Holly. I mean, Crash Holly is a different generation of hardcore wrestler. He was the classic WWF Attitude 24/7 hardcore champion era, which I think is honestly quite tame, especially compared to nowadays. But even sort of like back in the early 90s when you had that legendary Japanese tournament with the likes of Bam Bam Terry Gordy was in that. Terry Funk and Mick Foley as well. Cannonball in the corner there as Crash Holly brings Terry Gordy away from the corner. The lights are calling. And they're calling the Crazy Monkey Kasai to enter this match. We go straight after Terry Gordy. He then absolutely flattens him, and then Terry Gordy and Joe Gacy have a nice little swap. So Bruiser Brody and Axel Rotten still inside the pods. They have the advantage of entering later on in this one. So we've got one more day of... So tonight will be the final women's qualifier for the finals of the Women's Queen of the Deathmatch tournament. Tonight's match is Aja Kong, Abadon, Candice, lerae, and Lita. And then tomorrow we've got the final 2 men's qualifiers for the semi-finals, both of course inside a chamber, as well as the 5th man to enter this one is going to be Bruiser Brody. He is in. No one eliminated as of yet, and Axel Rotten still not even entered into the match. He has been lucky enough to draw number 6 in this one. Boot in the knee there by Crash Holly, and Joe Gacy now catching Crash Holly in with that Olympic slam style maneuver. And now Joe Gacy trying to drag Kasai to the outside. Bruiser Brody has mounted Crash Holly, looking to do some damage with the submission hold. Nothing quite as yet as the countdown begins. Axel Rotten's time on the sidelines is about to end. Here he is. It's time for this chamber to get a little bit more rotten. One half of the chair swinging freaks alongside Balls Mahoney. all 6 men are in the ring now. It's all down to who can survive. The last man standing will move on to the semi-finals. Currently in the second semi-final, which is where this person will go to, we have just Leatherface, who qualified yesterday. The first semi-final is Onita, Numazawa, Abdullah Kobayashi, and G-Raver. Terry Gordy sending Gacy into the corner. There's the big clothesline. And there's the pin. And there is the elimination. Have I missed one here? Hang on a minute. We are missing somebody. Well, Axel Rotten has eliminated Jun Kasai. I was looking across at my ranking screen and I'll come back and all of a sudden someone's missing. Okay. Rotten, not Ian, we want Axel Rotten with an elimination, and Jun, oh that's Crash Holly has gone, isn't it? Jun Kasai has gone, and Crash Holly has also gone. Okay, I missed who eliminated Crash Holly. I will fix that after the match. But we are now down to the final 4 in this match. Joe Gacy dropping the pin on Axel Rotten. Not going to be enough. Nice backdrop there by Terry Gordy on Bruiser Brody as Joe Gacy has the submission locked in. Now referee switches across for the pin. Not enough. Axel Rotten decides to go after Bam Bam Terry Gordy, who has been in there, one of the longest 2 people in there actually, so it might be a smart idea, especially on the outside here, as Joe Gacy going after Bruiser Brody now. And, wow, everyone going back into the ring by the looks of it. Joe Gacy stamping on the knees of Bruiser Brody now. He's going back after Bam Bam Terry Gordy in with a Death Valley driver, set out Death Valley driver. And that's enough. Joe Gacy eliminates Bam Bam Terry Gordy. Joe Gacy with a point. And Gordy being eliminated. So we're down to 3 in this match now. Axel Rotten slamming the face of Gacy into the mat. Bruiser Brody dropping the knee in the face of Axel Rotten. And there's a big leg drop as well by Bruiser Brody. Drops into the pin. Will that be enough? No. Bruiser Brody now taking Joe Gacy up, but Gacy able to reverse it into a crossbody of sorts. And the bicycle kick there by Joe Gacy in the pin on Axel Rotten. Still only a 2 count. Gacy now taking Rotten up on the shoulders. And that is a Rotten Death Valley driver. In with a pin by Joe Gacy. This could be the next elimination. I think it's good. No, it's not. Okay. I really thought that was going to be enough there, you know. So we see now up to the top by Bruiser Brody dropping the knees. That was brutal halfway across the ring, that was. Referee with a pin again, still not enough. As Bruiser Brody working over the shoulders now of Joe Gacy. I'm really hoping on 2K22 we do get a lot more interaction with weapons. Because I still think at the moment it's very weak. Really. I mean, you put extreme rules and the AI is just not really bothered. Joe Gacy now going after Bruiser Brody. I think Joe Gacy and Bruiser Brody are sort of underestimating Axelrod. They're sort of looking like they want to try and eliminate each other because they know that will probably make them easier winners, as there's a big pile drive by Bruiser Brody, and that should be elimination, surely. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, Bruiser Brody eliminates Joe Gacy. So Gacy is eliminated, and Bruiser Brody gets the extra points, dropping the knee into the chest of Axel Rotten. There's the pin. Will he be able to get the next elimination? He does. Bruiser Brody. 2 eliminations in quick succession at the end of the match. Gives him a +3 from this. Unless he eliminated Crash Holly. I don't know who did, to be honest. There is Crash, so no one's eliminated him yet. Oh no, that was Crash leaving. Okay. Okay, I'll have to go back in the recording then and find out who eliminated Crash. I'll do that after the video's complete. But we will find out who eliminated Crash and give him that extra point. I've taken the point off of Crash already, so it's, yeah, I just need to give the point to the person who eliminated him. But there we go. Bruiser Brody moves on to the next round, joining Leatherface in that second semi-final. And here we go then with the final women's qualifier for the women's final. That's confusing, isn't it, really? Yeah, we got Candice, lerae, Aja Kong, Abadon, and Lita. The winner will go into the finals of the women's deathmatch tournament, or the Queen of the Deathmatch, to crown our first ever women's hardcore champion. Currently in there, we have got Nia Jax, we've got Jazzy Gay, but we have got Dakota Kai, and the 4th person will be from this match. We've got Aja Kong. I like Aja Kong a lot, as you may have noticed, because she gets probably a lot more action than some others do. Candice lerae. Now, I think Candice was suggested by a few people, mainly because of her time in PWG, where she tagged with Jerry Ryan, and she had the matches against the Young Bucks. And there was that one where she got super kicked in the face when one of the Young Bucks was wearing a boot that was, well, covered in thumbtacks. That was, yeah, she was a mess after that, bless her. Lita, of course, part of Team Extreme. We've seen her go through many a table, dive off a ladder, all sorts back in the Attitude Era. And Abadon, I think, she just suits the style, I think. She's a bit of a nutter. I like Abadon, you know. I'm not quite sure many other people do, but I really like Abadon. So these are, of course, Falls Count Anywhere, no disqualifications, no countouts. Elimination, a point for each elimination. Female rankings. And yeah, it's a chance to become the first women's hardcore champion. At the moment, well, I mean, look at the finals. We know Dakota Kai and Nia Jax are both on WWE 2K22. As is Candice lerae. So if one of those 3 was to win the overall thing, at least we'll have the champion on there. But, I mean, we have discussed it on Discord as well, and we can always drop back into 2K19 for certain championship defenses. I mean, if we are at a point where the cores aren't available, we might as well do that. And like I said, we're not going to completely write off 2K19 because it's going to take a while for the community creations to really fill up. And I'm pretty sure when 2K19 and 2K20 were released, there were some big issues with the community creation. So I feel like we will definitely still have to use this in some cases. But hopefully we won't have to for very long. And that's nothing about this game. I think I've enjoyed this game. It's been a good placeholder for the last 3.5, 4 years, however long it's been. But I don't want to have to use it anymore because I'm hoping that 2K22 is going to be that good that we won't ever have to look back. But we'll see. We will see. I must admit, I was very excited for 2K22, and then the more I've watched like the review videos and that they've put out themselves, the more I've been disappointed with little things. And I mean, it's not a massive issue, some of the things, but I mean, no new match types was a bit disappointing. I mean, they've had a good couple of years and not a single new match type. The limitations in the GM mode are a little bit meh. I see they've changed and limited quite a few things in the creations. A lot of people have been moaning today about the fact that you can no longer morph body types. You have to pick a body type and that's it, from what I can see. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, that's just me being pessimistic, I suppose. It's the old classic, no expectation, no disappointment. As Candice LeRae drops in the pin on Aja Kong. The referee is terrible at getting in position here. He should have seen that coming, but 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. Aja Kong has been eliminated by Candice LeRae. Aja Kong is out. That puts her down to -1 overall in the rankings. Candice... Oh, hello. Is it Candice? Is Candice LeRae... Candice LeRae is not on the ranking system. That can't be right, surely. She's not. What? How is Candice LeRae not on the ranking system? Surely we've used her at some point. Is this literally Candice LeRae's debut? I mean, if that is the case, that does shock me, to be honest, but... Okay. Candice LeRae. Well, it's been a good debut for her so far, then getting elimination. It just shocks me we haven't used her in the past. At all, since the beginning of last year. This is Candice LeRae's first match. Well, again, I'm sure she'll get a lot of action on 2K22. As Lita in with a pin now on Candice LeRae. And Candice is gone. Eliminated by Lita. Who gets the point? We're down to Lita and Abadon. Of course, Lita is not on 2K22 either, which is one of the things, again, that I was a little bit annoyed about. Lita and Ronda Rousey have both been dropped, which I just don't... just doesn't make sense to me how they've both been dropped off the game, to be honest, but... hey-ho. Especially now both of them are back on telly. It's crazy, isn't it? But I know they're pushing to try and get Ronda Rousey added as DLC. If they add... I mean, it's annoying. If they add Lita as DLC, it's good that we get Lita, don't get me wrong, but it's really frustrating because Lita was on the game. If they release her as DLC, they've ultimately taken her off the game to put her back on and charge you for it. So that would be really, really dodgy if they do that. But Lita is the winner here. She moves on to the finals. Abadon is eliminated, moves down to -2 in the rankings. And there we go. So Lita moves on to the final to join Nia Jax, Jazzy Gabor and Dakota Kai to fight out to become the first ever women's hardcore champion. Boom. Boom goes the dynamite. Can I put that in there without it looking... Oh yeah, I can. Okay, that's handy. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I do apologise. I'm talking to myself and I'm talking to a spreadsheet at the same time, so either way it's a bit random. Okay. Right. We move on then. We have a championship match lined up for you here this evening as Chris Jericho will defend the Intercontinental Championship against Willie Mack. Let's get straight into it. And here we go then. So, of course, Chris Jericho, your current Intercontinental Champion. And Willie Mack, who is the winner of the Random Rumble. So when we did a Rumble, we used the Lucky Wheel online to pick all 30 entrants in the Rumble. And the game randomized their entrance numbers. And Willie Mack was the one who came out on top of that Random Rumble. And that's led him to getting this opportunity into Continental Championship. Now, neither of these two are obviously going to be on WWE 2K22, so that's not really a massive issue. So let's just see who wins this one, I suppose. I would imagine Jericho is a slight favourite, but you can't disregard old Willie. Didn't Willie Mack almost sign for WWE? Wasn't there like a... Didn't they find like a health issue? Am I right on that? Am I thinking of the right person? I'm sure it was something along them sort of lines. They found like a serious health issue which led to Willie Mack not getting signed. Which was a shame because I thought he was a good fit for WWE at the time when they were really bringing in all the indie wrestlers and building a fantastic NXT. I mean, now NXT is just a bit of a joke, to be honest. Jericho now taking down Willie Mack in with a pin. It's not enough. Willie Mack breaking free in with that reverse DDT. Nice big elbows in the gut by Willie Mack. And a big running clothesline flattens Jericho in the corner. Willie Mack once again bringing Jericho back up. Mack is continuing to dominate at this point in time. Oh, what a takedown again. And Willie Mack in firm control. This could be a big opportunity here. He's back up on top and in with that massive frog splash. Oh, it's only a 2 count. Wow. Wow, wow, wee wah. And again in with another dive with a big elbow. Again, Jericho just about survives. But Willie Mack is in so much control. This surprises me how much Willie Mack is just purely dominating this. Jericho now with a twist of the arm. And Willie Mack with those big elbows into the chest of Jericho. But Mack taking him... Oh no, he was looking for a powerbomb, but Jericho able to reverse it. Jericho stalks and now taking the legs of Willie Mack and looking to roll him over into the walls of Jericho. Will Willie Mack survive? He does not. Willie Mack has to tap and Chris Jericho retains the Intercontinental Championship. That moves Jericho up to +10, which will move him up 2 positions up into 15th, overtaking both Roman Reigns and Batista. In the shape of Willie Mack, he was up on +3. This is going to drop him down to +2, but he's still in a strong position. He's a little bit lost in the pack a little bit. He's 127th at the moment, Willie Mack, but if we can get a good early core of him in 2K22, who knows, the sky's the limit of how much we can take him. Well, that is it for tonight. I hope you have enjoyed. Of course, if you have, hit the like and the subscribe and all the other good stuff. Tomorrow we've got 2 more 6-man chambers to put the final 2 men in the semis of the King of the Deathmatch tournament. We've got Terry Funk versus Mance Warner versus the Sandman versus Nick Gage versus Sick Nick Mondo versus Al Snow. And in the other one, we have got Abdullah the Butcher versus Masada versus Ryuji Ito versus New Jack versus Danny Havoc versus Rob Van Dam. And our main event of tomorrow's show will be Thunder Rosa defending the SWE Women's Championship against Sasha Banks. I will hope to see you all there. Good night, God bless, I'll be the same. See you next time, bye-bye!